Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Weak English. My dear friends, today I am going to discuss about some exercise. Actually, which exercise most needed for you for your English journey? Actually, I must discuss one by one. I request to anybody else, you just connect with me. If you want to do something else for you, actually you just listen carefully. And what I will be discuss through this video, actually you must utilize this thing for you. So let's start without any delay. My dear friends, I know you are not able to speak well in English, but I must discuss through this video actually what you can do for this thing or not. My dear friends, everybody wants, those are students, those are searching their job, actually they must try to activate their mind. How can they speak well in English? Because English is a one type of language. Absolutely everybody must learn this language. Without this language, actually if you want to grow in your life, if you want to get a beautiful job for you, actually that is not possible for you. That's why I am telling. What you have qualification, what you have knowledge, what you have talent, that is not matter for you. If you don't speak well in English, actually nobody can offer you that job according to your qualification, according to your situation. If you want to get a beautiful job for you, if you want to do something else for you, actually you must learn this language. What so far you have to do this thing for, you have to do. Without English language, actually there is nobody else. They can grow in their life. Whatever they want, actually that is very difficult for them. That's why I am telling to you. If you want to do something else for you, you have to learn this language. Friends, I must tell 5 exercises in this video. I must discuss one by one. You just listen carefully actually what I discuss about that. My dear friends, one exercise is that is think in English. What you have knowledge, what you have a talent, that is not matter for you. You just think in English. Whatever you do in your daily life, whatever you go anywhere else, you just think in English. If you continue this thing, actually that will be practice for you. That doesn't mean it is a difficult language, you can't achieve this thing. Absolutely you must do this thing, but you are not able to do that thing according to you. And you have to do this thing if you want to get anything else in your life. If you want to do something else for you, actually you have to do this thing. If you don't think in mind, so how can you do this thing for you? Wherever you go, whatever you do in your life, you just think and try to remain that word, try to make sentence with that word, try to make structure, try to make simple sentence and a complementary sentence. My dear friends, you have to do this thing in your daily life. If you want to speak well in English, you have to do this thing for your daily life. My dear friends, another exercise is that is you just imagine, you just describe to a picture, you just see a picture, and according to you, according to your voice, what you have knowledge, you just describe about that picture. What is that picture's characteristics? What is that advantage and disadvantage? You just try to describe about that picture. If you can do this thing continuously, not I am advising you, you just do this thing, you just analyze, you just describe that picture. Whatever you want, after you must do that. But you have to describe for a particular thing in the daily basis. then you can earn some knowledge for you. My dear friends, you have to do this thing. You have to practice more like this. If you don't attempt for these things, so how can you speak well in English? My dear friends, third exercise is that listening. Listening is a one type of skill. If you don't listen at all, so how can you learn? First of all, you have to listen. Those are speakers, those are speaking well in English. Actually, you have to listen to them. Actually, how can they open their mouth? How can they deliver that speech? And what they speak while speaking? Actually, you have to notice to them. And what they speak, first of all, you have to listen to them. And then, you have to practice according to your voice. You have to speak what you listen from them. Actually, you have to speak according to them, not according to what is your ability, what is your capacity, what you gain knowledge from that listening. Actually, you have to speak according to your voice. That doesn't mean according to like them. You have to practice in this way. What you listen, what you gain knowledge from that listening, you have to practice, you have to speak according to your voice. Don't think what you mistake. You just do this thing for you. So another exercise is that reading. My dear friends, everybody must do this thing. Everybody likes reading newspaper, everybody likes books. Whatever you like, you just read that. And whatever you gain knowledge from that reading, actually you just try to practice that. What you gain knowledge by reading, you just practice, speak out according to your voice. Then you can improve your knowledge. Then you can speak out in English. If you don't do this thing, actually how can you improve knowledge? So this is the trick. You have to apply this trick in your daily life, because it is a one type of skill also. You have to practice like this. You have to read. Either you do read newspaper, either you do follow any books, it's depend on you. What you do, what you like, it's depend on you. But you have to do this thing in the regular basis. So another exercise is that speech. You have to speak in English language. You have to speak in English language. If you don't open your mouth, what you listen, what you read, if you don't open your mouth, so how can you develop? Actually those are speaking well in English. If you don't analyze to them, how can they speak? How can they open their mouth? How can they deliver that speech? Actually, if you don't notice to them, actually that is very difficult for you. My dear friends, you are thinking if you do mistakes while speaking, so don't worry, you just do that. How much you can do mistake, actually you can develop your language, you can develop your English language. Don't worry, what do you mistake? What do you mistake or what did you mistake? Don't worry about that. You just try to do that thing. You just try to speak from your mouth and talking with anybody else. Whatever you talk with them, that is not matter for you. Either you do correct or incorrect. You just try to do this thing. If you follow this thing, if you follow this exercise, after you must become a fluent speaker in your life. And when you get this thing, actually you must become a fluent speaker, and everybody else must try to know from you actually how can you learn this language and how can you speak, how can you learn this language. That's why you are going to a fluent speaker. Everybody must attachment with you, must try to know from you actually what you do, so you are speaking well in English. My dear friends, this is the trick. You have to apply this thing in your life. Then you can speak and you can become a fluent speaker. Friends, this is the tips for you. I think you can utilize this knowledge. You can understand this thing very well. And also, I recommend to anybody else, those are my viewers, those are watching my video, after you must do this thing for you. So thank you all.